So you do need a strategic plan to get through this. And what are some of the things that you can do? Well, number one, outright first, you've got to express care and commitment to help address the crisis. You've got to say that you're going to show up on behalf of your stakeholders, on behalf of your purpose, on behalf of the role of business at large, and make a difference. You've got to lead by example. Every single thing that you see that the Conscious Capitalism team is doing is their leadership standing up and saying, we're going to support our community at this time. How can you do that for your employees? How can you do that for all your stakeholders? You've got to protect your workers' health and financial security as best as you can, given the realities that you're dealing with. You've got to adopt practices to minimize your overhead and, to minimize any job loss. So I know at WeFirst, we went in and cut everything we could that wasn't absolutely necessary. We stopped certain, utilities, you looked at all the things across your business that you didn't need while you were working remotely to make sure that you were minimizing your overhead costs. You put workers first and you then partner with the government in ways you can to support them. There's lots of things, we're based here in California. There's lots of things happening at the California level with grants and so on. Then you've got the federal SBA and disaster relief loans and the CARES Act and all of these different initiatives that are going on. Support your local community, suppliers and customers. Every single one of us, I think one of the most powerful experiences for me in all of this has been how we've come to deeply appreciate our connection to our loved ones, to our communities, and to humanity at large. And one of the most meaningful things we can do is look around our communities, wherever you are, and make a difference. Just support that social fabric that makes the very lifeblood of your business possible. And not only will it feel good, but it'll pay off huge dividends because your community will realize you showed up in a meaningful way. Look at your supply chain, number 7, and products to contribute. Think about, how you can repurpose what you're doing, or think about how you can make a contribution in kind. I know that there's restaurants in New York that are providing meals to, the front line of responders and healthcare practitioners. You're seeing countless examples of these sorts of things. And really actively and intentionally nurture company culture and impact. It's not a one and done thing. It is a way of being in the world right now. You must lead with your best and highest self, and you must really consciously, actively look at your purpose and say, how can I make this a verb rather than a noun? How can this show up on a daily basis? How do I challenge myself in whatever capacity I have as my company each morning to say, what is something small that I can do for my employees? What is something that I can do more broadly for our stakeholders? What is something I can do intentionally to address the issue and flatten the curve?